Welcome back, scholars. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at subtracting fractions from whole numbers. Sometimes you're given, whether it's a common fraction or a mixed number, you're asked to take it from a whole number. So you need to know how to work yourself out of that situation. So we need to know, first of all, that a whole number can be expressed as any number over itself. Or I should say, one whole can be expressed as any number over itself. Because remember, if you have a fraction, no matter how many parts you cut it up into, how many equal parts you cut it up into, if you use up all of those parts, it's still that number over itself, right? So if you cut it into 8 parts and you took out 8 parts, 8 over 8 would represent one whole. If you cut it into 20 parts and you shaded all 20 parts, it's 20 over 20, which is one whole. So that's the idea, right? Any number over itself can be expressed as one whole. This will come in handy when we're taking mixed numbers or common fractions from whole numbers. So let me write some examples. So what I've done, I've given 6 examples of taking common fractions from a whole number. And I've given 6 examples of taking mixed numbers from a whole number. Now the idea is we're going to rewrite the whole number as a fraction. How we're going to do that? We're going to take one whole from it. And bearing in mind that one whole can be expressed as any number over itself, we're going to focus on what the denominator was in the other fraction that we're subtracting. We're going to take one whole from the whole number and express that one whole as this denominator over itself. And then we can go ahead and subtract whole numbers and subtract the numerator. So this is what I mean. We're asked to take 2/3 from 6. We're going to take 1 out of the 6, leave 5, and that one whole that we just took, we're going to express it as 3 over 3. So we have not changed the 6, we have just rewritten it as 5 plus 1 whole, right? And now we can subtract. Since now they have the same denominator, and that's why we made sure to express it as whatever the denominator of this fraction was. We want them to have the same denominator so we can just subtract the numerator. So we just put back the 5, and then 3 take away 2 is 1, and we put back our denominator. And that's our answer. Right? Many persons would be tempted to say, 6 take away 2/3 is 5 and 2/3. Many persons will be tempted to say that. No. We have to remove 1 from the 6 and rewrite that one whole as whatever this denominator is for convenience. For convenience, since when they have the same denominator, we can just subtract the numerators. That's why we do that. So 7 take away 5/8. We're going to take one whole out of the 7, so 6 will remain. The one whole we're going to express it as 8 over itself. And now we can go ahead and subtract. So we know we're going to have 6. 8 take away 5 is 3, and we put it back over the 8. That is our answer. Okay? 6 and 3 eighths. If we take 5 eighths from 7, we're left with 6 and 3 eighths. Okay. 10 subtract 1 9. So we need to take 1 whole from the 10. We're going to be left with 9. The 1 whole that we take, since this has a denominator of 9, that 1 whole that we take, we're going to express it as 9 over 9. And then we're going to go ahead and subtract. So we know we have this 9 as a whole number. 9 take away 1 is 8, and we put back the denominator of 9. So 10 subtract 1 9 gives 9 and 8 9. 4 subtract a half. So we're going to take 1 out of the 4, leave 3. We're going to express that 1 whole that we took as 2 over itself. So we have not changed the 4. This is still 4. This is still 4. 3 plus 1 whole is still 4. But it's convenient for us now to express it in this way, because now we can just subtract the numerators since they have the same denominator. We put back the 3. 2 take away 1 is 1, and we put back our 2. So 4 take away a half gives 3 and a half. Here we have 11, and we're subtracting 2/5. So we take 1 from the 11, that leaves 10. The 1 whole that we took, we're going to express it as 5 over 5. Right back the 10, and then 5 take away 2 is 3, and put back the 5. So 11 subtract 2/5 gives 10 and 3/5. We have 6, and we're taking away 4/13. So we're removing 1 whole from the 6. So 5 wholes are left. We took that 1 whole, and we're going to express it as 13 over 13. We have not changed the 6. This is still 6. This is just another way of writing 6. 5 plus 1 whole is 6. And we're subtracting 4/13. So we write back the 5. 13 take away 4 give 9, and put back the denominator. We don't subtract the denominator, right? We write back the denominator. So 6 take away 4/13 gives 5 and 9/13. So we're done with the common fractions. Now we're going to look at subtracting mixed numbers from whole numbers. So we have 11 subtract 7 and 1/5. We're going to take 1 from the 11, leave 10, and change that 1 to 5 over 5. Remember, this is still 11. We have not changed the 11. We're just expressing it in another way. And now we can subtract. 10 take away 7 is 3. 5 take away 1 is 4. And we put back our denominator. 8 subtract 4 3/4. We're going to remove 1 from the 8, leave 7. Rewrite that 1 whole as 4 over itself. 7 take away 4 gives 3. 4 take away 3 gives 1, and we put back the 4. Alright, 21 minus 2 and 1/8. We're going to take 1 from 21, leaves 20. Express that as 8 over 8. 20 take away 2 give 18. 8 take away 1 gives 7, and we write back our 8. Okay, are you getting the hang of it? Right? So we're not changing the whole numbers, we're just rewriting them. We're using the fact that this one here has a denominator, and we want to have the same denominator. And remember, we have an option. We can express any number over itself as one whole. So when we take the one whole from the whole number, we have the option to express that as 2 over 2, 10 over 10, a million over a million. It's still one whole. So that's why we just see which denominator we are working with and just use that one, because we can express it as that over itself. So let's go. We have 9 subtract 6 and 1 7. 9 subtract 6 and 1 7. We're going to take one from the 9, so that gives us 8. Express the one whole as 7 over 7. 8 take away 6 is 2, 7 take away 1 is 6, and we put that back over 7. Alright, so we have 14 take away 3 and 3/8. We're going to remove one whole from the 14, so we're going to be left with 13. The one whole that we took, we're going to rewrite it as 8 over itself, and now we can subtract. 13 take away 3, that gives 10. 8 take away 3 gives 5, and we put it back over 8. And our final problem for today, we have 9 subtract 7 and 1 10. So we're removing one whole from the 9. We're left with 8 wholes. That one whole, we're expressing it as 10 over itself. This is still 9. This is another way of writing 9. 8 plus 1 whole. Now we're subtracting 1 over 10. 8 take away 7 is 1. 10 take away 1 is 9. And we'll put it back over the 10. And we are done. We are done. So we looked at subtracting common fractions with no mixed number, no whole number in front, right? Just a common fraction, plain, regular, common fraction from a whole number. It's pretty much the same principle though. It's just that when we're taking mixed numbers, you'll actually be subtracting the whole number parts. Here you just carry the whole number part back over because you had nothing to take from it. When you're subtracting the mixed number, after you pull out the one whole and you have the fractions to deal with, you also have the whole numbers to subtract. That's the only difference, but the principle remains the same. The principle remains the same. Remember, one whole can be expressed as any number over itself. 16 over 16, 2.5 over 2.5 actually is 1. 50 over 50 gives 1. 200 over 200. You get the idea. I've been drilling it into you. I've been drilling that into you for the past 13 minutes. So you should know by now, any number over itself gives 1 whole. And that's the principle that we use when we're subtracting a fraction from a whole. We pull 1 from the whole and express it as a fraction. And then we go ahead. Now, if you have benefited from this video, please say thank you, miss, in the comments. I would love if you shared the video with your friends, your classmates, your neighbors, your cousins, your brothers, your sisters, your mommy, your daddy, your pets. Yes, we have some pets who want to learn fractions. It's not just you who want to learn fractions. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so now. And if there are any topics you want me to do videos on, if you check the catalog and you don't see that topic listed, I will certainly do videos on that topic for you. Just let me know what it is. Just write in the comments which topic you want me to do a video on, and I will certainly do that for you. So my beautiful scholars, I will see you in the next video.